What's up, everyone? It's Dylan Collins. I am tuning in live today for a question and answer. Um, so I have a list of questions, and I'm going to go through them and then answer them. And then at the end of the video, you can leave your comments down below, and I will check them and reply the best I can. The first question is, if you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be? So I would tell myself to stay in school my last year. I went to a private Christian school and I went there for 3 years. And I was a pre-medicine major. I was 1 year from graduating and I actually dropped out. Um, and the reason why is because I kept getting more and more famous with opportunities from agents, managers, and entertainment business stuff. Become really interested in pursuit to opportunities than I was in the school. I got really popular on Vine. I had over 30 million people at a time talking to me and doing stuff like that. I had 30 million fans and views on Vine. I started doing going to like concerts and stuff with artists and showing up there and kind of doing like my own thing and showing up and being me. So it was a great opportunity. I got to be on stage with several artists and hang out and do different stuff. I did sound checks for the Fall Out Boys. I was working with Grammy U, which is through the Grammys. I worked with companies such as like Make-A-Wish, and I really like spent a lot of time on my brand and like sorting out what I wanted to have exactly and what I wanted and thought would be the best for me. So I later became friends with the co-founder of Make-A-Wish, which he's a great guy. He actually just passed away, so it's really, really sad about him. I did events like Disney on Ice. I had tour opportunities from Mitchell Musso from Hannah, Montana. I met tons of great friends while I was in school, and I was just really consistent with what I was doing. And, just it's hard to study and then do all the things that I'm saying as well. I worked with Justin Bieber, and I helped him with the Shots app. I made many friends and acquaintances in the business. I spent several nights building relationships, doing different things like that. I had opportunities with I'm just about anything like the Secret Knock, which has former presidents. The founder of Make-A-Wish is there as well. The Secret Knock has former presidents. The son of Lamborghini. I was a speaker, offered to be a speaker there, and still really, really good friends with the owner, Greg Reed. And those are just kind of some of the things that where I was at in my career and what I was able to do with while I was in school. But if I could go back and say, give my 18-year-old self a piece of advice, I would definitely say go back and focus more on school, because I did learn a lot while I was in school, and it was probably one of the best opportunities that I had. But like I said, I was almost finished, but due to my increased popularity and opportunities, I had opportunities from, I don't mean to name drop, but I'll say like video opportunities with the New York Giants and the NFL, and opportunity to hang out with them guys and kind of make videos and stuff like that. I had TMZ, I had just about you name it, and I had it while I was in school. So like that was like a year of school. I'm like, okay, well, I need to go to this, I need to go to this, I need to go to this. I have this opportunity. I'm getting famous on Vine. I had so many comments and so many fans and so many people on there. And then the Shots app, which is basically an app by Justin Bieber. He would follow my fans and stuff, and we like collaborated and did different projects and stuff like that. But he basically would follow the fans on my account, and I would get all these Justin Bieber fans, and I was used to that because I'd already in the past had a different different venue with his ex-girlfriend at the time. And long story short, I got lots of Justin Bieber fans, so everybody in Brazil was way after me and trying to get me to come to Brazil, and all these Bieber fans, and which led to business opportunities in Brazil. And I met tons of people there, the people that I know the people that did Justin Bieber props. I know people that did Justin Bieber ticket sales. I just met lots of people in the business. And let's see. Education is important to me because I could go on about my friends and tell you all in big details about them, but I'm a very private person, and so like even while I was in school and I was doing stuff, like a lot of the stuff that I did was really private, and so but yeah, I'm sure in the next videos I will throw snippets on from Twitter or throw snippets here and there of different things that happen. Like I said, I've did like different singer musicians. I've did like sound checks, and I've did shut up on stage, and even had fun times where I was like, okay, well, I'm big on Vine. Someone says I look like this person, I'm gonna go on stage with them, or I'm gonna go and do this, and I'm gonna go do this and this and this, and this is what I would go do. And so you could see how that would be a problem or an issue if I'm trying to go to school and I'm trying to focus on how did I get this ability to go and work with all these different people, and how did I do this. And that's a long story, but I've been famous since I've been little. But school is very important. Education is very important. I learned a lot about myself as far as about the opportunities that education brings, and kind of like I learned value behind things. I learned a lot more than the science that you would learn in high school. I learned a little bit different about life. I learned about everything in pretty big detail and pretty complex detail. I learned about the human body. Again, I was a pre-med major, so I learned a lot about the human body, but I also took lots of classes like that really helped me as far as advancing myself, like sociology and psychology. I took many courses in that. Let's see. But yeah, getting back to this, are you guys ready for the next question? What is your favorite holiday movie, and what does it say about you? I enjoyed Home Alone. I watched it every Christmas at my grandma's, and it was something that was like a huge tradition to us. And so I'm kind of giving you guys a little background information on these questions, a little personal stuff like, like my family life and stuff like that that I normally wouldn't tell people or really, wouldn't really elaborate on Facebook. But it shows, the show is, I would stay up to 12 o'clock in the morning with my other cousins, and we would all get together in this room, and we'd all watch Home Alone and different, Christmas films, but this happened to be my favorite. And I think that it's my favorite because the film shows unity, friendship, and love. And I think that that's really important in a Christmas, and it's really important to family. It also shows the smartness of the kid, which I think is really fascinating. It shows how fascinating your life can be with one mistake, such as being late on Christmas or falling short behind. It also shows your true inner kid self, and I think that that's really important. How you would be without your parents there, you gotta have that thought. You see him and he's there in his house, and oh, how would I be, if I was left there? So kind of shows your true self, and I think that it's good for your imagination too. It's a fun part of Christmas. It was just an overall great video. I have 5 to 6 cousins that we'd all go and watch it together. I think that was another fun part of Christmas was, just kind of getting with family that wasn't from in town or, here or there. Let's see, next question. What is my biggest failure, and what did I learn from it? Well, I fail often, and that's human. And I try to make my failure accomplishment somehow. And a lot of people might say, well, what do you consider a failure? Because this is what happened to me, or this is what happened to me. And, it's kind of just like a hard question overall to answer. But I may have an answer for you. I may feel like doing my job incorrectly or even making the right judgment about a situation, but the example that I have that I can say is a failure is, one second. Okay. Is with after school, I moved in with this awesome and brilliant guy, and I got to travel the world with him. His name was Dennis Yu. Um, it was so hard when I first started learning the camera and the different moves and the different things that I was doing. I became the company's social media influencer, which was really huge. Got to hang out with awesome people and celebrities like Jake Paul from Disney and just different people like that. Opportunities with Taylor Swift. Several things that he did that was just really cool for my career and really cool for him, and I just felt like it was a great collaboration and it was a great move for me to make in my life. It was hard when I first started learning the camera and the angles and the zooms, but once I eventually messed up a few times, Dennis showed me correctly and I became good at it. And I know, yeah, if you do something you're going to be good at it eventually, but it takes patience and it takes virtue and it takes a lot of time, you know. Um, let's see. I would mess up a few times here and there, and then I would get it right again. And then I'd mess up again, and I would mess it up there. So my failure, I would say, is kind of just patience. Patience is very hard to have, but it's something that's very, very, very crucial. Um, Dennis is the founder of Blitz Metrics, which I just explained to you. It's a Facebook ads company, and it worked previously with Golden State Warriors and Nike, a lot of other big names. He has been a best friend that I could ask for and a lifelong friend. We make great memories and great content for both my fans and for Blitz. But my failure, back to my failure. How did I eventually get good at the camera? How did I eventually get to where I can say, okay, I'm going to jump on this and I'm going to start filming and I'm going to be great at it? Well, it took time. It took a lot of work. But once I gave it a couple weeks, a month, a little bit longer, I got good at what I did, you know, and I watched other people and I pretty much could now jump on a camera, hop on it and start filming and know exactly what to do. He did teach me a lot about that, and taught me a lot about the camera and the different buttons on the camera that make sense, and how I could say that failure, I could have learned, what did I learn from the failure? And it's that patience is everything. And I keep saying that, but always have patience for something if you want something, because if you want it bad enough, it will come. And that's a whole nother story. I believe in manifestation and manifesting the things that you want in your life. And yes. Next question. What do people misunderstand about you the most? People understand my life quite frequently, but most importantly, it's family. I don't know how many people's out there, but their mom and their dad, and they're just really not going back and forth with it. I come from an average sized family. I have 2 younger sisters and a mom. My parents divorced when I was younger, around 3 to 4. Often my family sees and misunderstands my actions differently. When I travel and speak on social media influencing, which is an example back to Blitz Metrics when I worked with them, it's about what I'm doing and if I'm doing the right thing. And that can be really frustrating. I met Mr. Beast, and he's an awesome guy. I was going to an event, he was going to it too. So, you know, I let him know on Twitter. So we're on Twitter and basically communicating back and forth saying, no, I'm going to be here, you know, let's meet up here, you know, we do this and blah, blah, blah. So I meet up with him, and he's a great guy, and someone that's really, really cool. He has a lot of followers, and, you know, analytics, and I'm really big on analytics, and so fans are kind of everything. So he's a great person, and he got to meet me. I got to meet him. While I was there, as a performer too, I was able to get on stage and kind of speak about what was going on with blitz metrics and stuff like that. But getting up and going and getting Starbucks, yeah, this is like the simple things that makes me mad whenever, or frustrated whenever I'm misunderstood. I have a hard time coping with what I'm doing wrong, I guess you could say, now that I look at it. But my mom was flown out to watch, and she was all excited, to go. We were going to LA, and she was going to LA, and I had been traveling around the world. And we get to Starbucks. I get to the speaking part, and I go get Starbucks. I'm nervous. I don't want to do it. I get shy. I go to Starbucks. I get in trouble for going to Starbucks. And the simple things like that just, if I knew how to edit the videos correctly, I would put the photos on of my trip and show you guys a little bit about what I did. And so yeah, let's see here. You guys probably want me to talk a little bit more. Let's see. Let's go back to a question. Gotta make this a little bit longer. Well, I can answer another question. Again, I will. Give me just a moment. Okay, I will continue to talk about that same topic for a little bit longer. People misunderstand. Misunderstanding can be very confusing, because if you're misunderstood, you're probably going to feel like that you're right. That's why you're misunderstood. I can't stand to be misunderstood. And when I'm not prepared, it's hard for me to get this completely right, but I'm gonna try my best. Let's see. Another example of being misunderstood. Let's say my LA trip. Okay, here's an example. I was at Vid Summit, and I was there, and I was in the car, and we're Ubering, and we're going back and forth to the hotel. I have someone that wants to hang out, and he's a good guy. His name's Eric. Shout out to him. He's been in movies with several people, and well, I didn't get to hang out with them. So you might think to yourself, well, he's not misunderstood. He maybe ditched somebody, and that wasn't the case. I actually was misunderstood in that situation and was actually busy and didn't have the time to do it. I was busy doing stuff. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I think I was eating with family or something like that. And so it's just things like that that really make me feel misunderstood. That's a situation that I wasn't really going to bring up about this trip, but there it is. Let's see. Mr. Beast is still a good friend. You guys probably are wondering about that. Let's see. I said VidCon, I meant to say Vid Summit. It's actually Vid Summit, and shout out to Vid Summit because it's a great event, and I met the owners, and they're great people, and we got to give them shoes and Yeezys, and it was just a great experience for everything. My mom was there, and so since she flew out, she got to have a good experience and got to enjoy LA. And I got frustrated about the Starbucks situation, but that's separate. And yeah, that's it for this video. Bye-bye.